Welcome, everybody. Happy to introduce you to a human that is pretty cool. He walks this earth with a big old smile on his face, and he plays music, and he shares it with everybody everybody. He just had a show a couple days ago, which we talked about a little bit during the podcast, and man, just incredible things. He plays so beautifully and so much heart and soul in everything that he does, and he always tries to get, keep the audience guessing. Because one show he'll just dive super deep into the emotion and the heart. And I mean, last time I saw him and his whole band is basically crying because they dug and they kept digging and they kept digging, and then this last one that they played, he just completely flipped on his head, and then they had a what's a good word? I mean, they just had a blowout. They had a party. They're having fun. There's like joy and happiness flying left and right, and they're infecting the crowd with everything that they had. So they had a blast, and I'm happy I could see him today just to chat with him and catch up. Which, because it happens to be, he's gonna be leaving Seattle in just about a month and a half or so. It's not too long, maybe even less. He doesn't have long, so I definitely suggest you keeping your eye out, and if you're in Seattle, or if you're not in Seattle, drive out and see one of his shows, because he's going to Hawaii, and who knows when he'll be back. He was here for 5 years, and now he'll be gone again. Let the inspiration take him, and yeah. So this is Drew AMrtin. I hope you guys enjoy this. I had a blast spending time with him again, and without further ado, I will release you into the conversation. Achoo. But no, like what I was saying, like, dude, during your shows, I'm sitting there and it's like I said, I don't know what you do, but it's like your voice, it just enraptures you, and I'm just sitting there just like in a different dimension. Like when I go home, it's the same feeling. It's like, fuck, what just happened?
That's how I feel when I come back. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. Yeah, thanks. I don't know. I'm just feeling it, and I hope it rubs off on people. So.
Well, it's got to rub off on people. People are showing up.
Yeah.
So are you doing anything besides music, or are you just fully music right now?
No, I got the little day job too, restaurant work. Yeah. So, yeah.
What are you doing?
A few shifts, just bussing and food running. Yeah.
You're getting there, one day at a time.
But I'm at the point where I've trimmed off a lot of days, and I'm only there 3 days a week and focused more on the gigs. Like, the gigs have been paying well, so.
Good. Yeah. Well, yeah, like yesterday's shows, like $20 to get in the door.
Yeah.
Like, so do you split it between you and Sean was the other guy playing, right?
Yeah.
Or
what happens is, for those shows where it's like a bigger headliner, we'll get just a flat rate as the opener. So we had our $300 flat rate. I split that between the whole band, and then we made some cash on the merch. And
sure, of course.
Yeah. Made some cash.
You're vitals, dude. You're vitals. Oh, it was such a great idea.
What color did you
Gold. Get? It was gold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
was it kind of like this see-through one?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, because these, like, if you got one of these, it was the first pressing. This was like, they were only able to send me, was it that? Yeah. They were only able to send me 60 for that show. I was fucking shitting bricks before that gig. Thinking, I'm not going to get the records in time. They said, we'll send you a batch of 60, and they were all that gold. So everybody who has those, it's like, that's the first run. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Because this came later. It's all records.
Man, you got a lot.
Yep. CDs. Yeah. They sent all of the art, too, so if I want to do another run, another press of records, I have all of the sleeves, and I have the actual, like, mold where they can, the metal mold. It's crazy, this thing. This blows my mind to know that this is like my freaking music on here.
Yeah, but you're definitely doing it right. You got your merch, you got your music,
It's still a mess in here from last night, just trying to... You come back at 2 a.m. a little tipsy and just throw everything in the corner. Check this out.
The master.
Yeah. Wow. Just to know, like, all these little grooves, it's just me, like, fucking around back home writing songs.
Oh my God, that is beautiful.
Wow. So there's one that's like side A, and then there's another one here for the back side too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's spectacular. I never thought that or knew that. I guess I knew it, but I never You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they hang up these things, you know, it's like, we sold 1 million records, or silver, I don't even know the lingo anymore.
It's crazy just to see that on. They sent me all the parts from the press. Like I have all of these boxes down here are all sleeves. You know, so if I wanted to do another run, I just send them all this stuff back, and I'm just paying for the actual wax. So it would be like half the price.
Wow.
For the next run, yeah. So they're cool. Gotta Groove Records. That's the one.
Oh no, I looked them up because like you know, from your
Oh yeah, they got
from the vinyl that little thing, the website, and I was like, okay, so that's where you went.
Yeah, we're whistling over here.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yes.
So you were playing, and was Erin just hanging out with you guys?
She jumped on with us. She was singing with the band, and yeah, we had a 5-piece group. Whew, it was crazy last night.
You guys are just incredible.
Oh my god.
Like I look at you guys, and you know, I'm not to that point. Maybe I don't know if I want to be there yet. You know, because everything's everything in due time. But just seeing you guys play and just kind of just rocking it and living it, and it's inspirational. You know, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope that's all it is. Just I hope it rubs off on other people.
It does.
Just kind of having fun and yeah, hoping other people feel it. So,
yeah, that's all it's for. Like I've been telling, I don't know, everybody. It's like there's you, there's Luke Stanton, which he's in Gig Harbor, who plays in Seattle sometimes, and another guy I interviewed, Stephen Curtis. Just like you guys just have it, you know.
Oh
you guys just, at least for me. Like I don't know, I'm not gonna speak for other people, but like for me, I'm sitting here and you take me on a ride, especially when you go like barely, not even that, you just whisper. You know, at the end of this, like a verse, you just kind of go low until it's just non-existent, and it's as if you're screaming just everything at once. You know, my body's just shaking.
That's kind of what I've learned to do lately. Well, in the time I've been up in Seattle, because it's like learning how to play quietly. Oh shit! Did that sink to the bottom? It did. Whatever. Still good. It's like learning how to like zoom into the quiet moments of songs, because sometimes that can have the biggest meaning and feeling, you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Like I used to be. I used to just think you gotta belt everything. So I mean, not to belt everything, which was good for that time. Obviously, you know, it's all, we're all growing all the time.
Yep.
And then I started listening to Gregory Isaacoff.
Okay.
Yeah. And then through his music, he just like he'd go low and just like so subtle. And in one of his songs, he's like he even sings. You know, he's like singing so much softer than I did back then. And then that kills me. Like that line now kills me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's taught me, you know, much better to just kind of lay off and, you know, let the emotion speak instead of trying to force it.
Yeah.
You can't force a lot of things.
Because I was always like in rock band, you know, funk rock band. So like when I play with the band, it's like it takes me back to those days, you know, busting out the electric. I still love to do that, but yeah, like dropping everything down and doing this slack key stuff on the 12-string solo. It's like you can get into some realms, you know. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. God.
Yeah. Yeah. So what? We're already going on this?
Yeah, we're just going.
Okay, You're just gonna record us hanging out. Okay.
This is it.
I like it.
This is it. Like most of my conversations, just sit down, just like start recording. It's like, hey, by the way. Oh, okay. And then just a conversation. Wherever it goes.
Okay. Well, let's see. What do I have in the fridge? Let's take you on a tour.
Welcome to Cribs. So here's this. Which I like your poster. That was your last poster. Did you draw that? Or?
Yeah, I'd like to do. I bust out some paints, and I've always loved art. You know, acrylics and color pencil stuff. That one is kind of, I gotta do something else on that wall. Yeah.
Oh, on the wall or that piece?
Just that piece, yeah.
That piece? Mm-hmm. I don't know. Well, I mean, you know better. You're the artist.
Yeah.
Like for me, I love it. It is nice.
Yeah. I used to love doing paintings on wood. Mm-hmm. That was my favorite. Like, shit. I don't know if I have it on me now. Just like the real thin strips of wood, you know, I get like, they would have like these 4x8s that I used to paint on. These giant, and just like go and like smash them up in the garage, you know, pin them up on the wall in the garage. So I miss doing those big ones on wood. I put the gesso on so you get that smooth surface and then go over that. Whew.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
And it's a cheap canvas too. It's like a 4x8 sheet of plywood is $40.
Not even sometimes, yeah. You can find them for like 20. Yeah. So
that is so smart. Because I mean, sometimes I'll go just buy small little canvases, and I mean they're like $20 themselves.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I have a whole shop? I can do that at any moment, and I just thank you. See, look at that.
Yeah.
Lives changed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or and then they have these little like wood panels things.
Mm-hmm.
But even these can be kind of pricey, you know.
Oh, dude,
Like
like wood
these-
panels, yeah, they're expensive. See, I've been seeing, we talked to a few artists who just do on like quality wood. So then they actually incorporate the grain into the drawing. So then they would do this in the background. Yeah, it's just grain, and it has a beautiful just feel to it. Just a beautiful texture.
Yeah, that's funny. That's my next thinking is to like keep the grain in there. So. Whatever. That was just something. I was just bored one day messing around in here. This is my little drawer in here.
Little art kit.
It's just like pastels and
some oil paints.
Prismas.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was the same way. I just sit there. I got my paints in the backpack. It's like in this thing. I got all my fine tip pens. So I just sit there and draw. So I got my art books, which I just bought this hefty thing. Just started on my first little project.
Okay, yeah.
I meet up with an art group once every month, which she actually used to be my art teacher back in high school.
Oh, okay. You're down on the south end somewhere, right?
Covington, Covington, Auburn area.
Yeah.
So we'll meet up, and then for this month's, it was something random. We just pull out of a hat, just the whole piece of paper, and mine was. Different kinds of chimneys and people crawling out of them, and then I got to do something with that. So I was like, okay, let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I love it. I've always loved art too. That was always like the second thing, you know, just something to like if the music. It's good to escape. You don't want to get stuck into just doing one thing.
Agree.
Yeah. So.
I completely agree. Especially like what you did. You drew this, you made a poster out of it, you slapped it, now you got a promotion event. Instead of paying somebody like $20 or something. Yeah. Or even more than that.
And that's what's been keeping the art alive for me coming out here, is the flyers. You know, doing all the flyers is like super fun for me. I get to bust out the paints again and get weird in here.
So did you do all your cover art too for
No, that cover is from this artist back home, this guy David Sandell. Like all of the art I have in here, like that, and all those pieces. He's just a freak painter from back home. Yeah,
there's a lot of detail in that one. That's really good.
I love all of his stuff. Yeah.
So how did you get into music then? How long?
Shit, I've been playing. I picked up my first guitar maybe 16, 15 years ago.
What? How old are you?
27.
Oh.
So I started when I was about 10, 11.
What?
Yeah. 28. I'm 28.
Yeah, I forget all the time too. I forget all the time.
Yeah, but I've been writing and playing my own stuff for like 10 years now. Yeah. So
wow.
It's been a journey. Yeah.
Well, no wonder. No wonder you got that feeling. You can encompass it. You got time to just hone it.
Yeah. It's been a while.
So how did you end up here?
I was just visiting. Maybe 3 years I would just come up and visit Seattle. I just said it was Bumbershoot weekend.
Oh yeah.
I said I'll come up on Labor Day weekend and check out this festival, and it felt good. And I ended up just moving, one-way ticket. I've been here for 5 years. So yeah.
Just like that.
Yep. Brought this guitar, this one, and my electric were the first two guitars I brought, and like this big suitcase with just clothes in it. Lived out of the Moore Hotel. Lived out of my this rental car I had. It's crazy. I don't know how I survived it. Yeah. So now that I'm in this spot, like soon as I'm here, I'm just like bedbound. You know? Oh yeah. Just basking in the glory.
Well, we got your own space.
I'm just having a roof over my head. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I lived in the van for a month when I was just traveling through the West Coast, and it was cool. But yeah, you definitely get to appreciate.
Yeah.
Just even this, like this is this is a kingdom. This really is. It's just, you don't need anything else.
I just try to make it my own, add my little touches, and this is my little oasis down here. Yeah.
It truly is.
That's why when you said maybe we'll go meet up somewhere, I'm like, nah, you come over here. You know, I'm gonna stay in this spot. Yeah.
Good.
And it's a good day to be in. Look at this snow coming down. Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Right before I was leaving, it was clear, and then as soon as like, okay, I need to leave, just
Yep.
like, what's happening? Just stop this right now. Like, just stop this.
Yeah, these winds came in. It's freezing today. As soon as I got here, I just cranked this heater, and I've been laying just for the last couple hours. Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. That's funny. That painting is it's called Quiet Company, and it's meaning. I mean, because it's a chapter.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically what you're saying, like the oasis of like what you're saying. This and like when you were talking about your spot in Hawaii where you go to write songs. That's that painting.
Okay. Yeah.
And funny enough, I mean, that's the one that kind of called your name out.
Hell yeah.
So I'm glad I could give that to you.
It's been sitting right there ever since that show. Yeah.
That's
So like that is kind of like a good little, reminder of that night. I'll take that around with me. Yeah, for sure. I'm thinking I'll probably take it off of the wood frame, like if I ever, hele on. But yeah, I have like these tubes. I can roll it up and I can take it around with me. Yeah.
That's smart. That's smart.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because this actually is the last little stretch in Seattle. I'm leaving in May. I'm moving back.
To Hawaii?
Yeah.
What? Like in 2 months?
Yep.
Well, I guess it's a good time. I'm glad I could catch you before you left.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. It's time. It's been calling me back. That writing thing has been calling back. Like after this album got released, it's just been calling. It's just time to go back and tap back into that source, get some new ones going.
I get you.
Yeah. Try to be back and see. I'll be back here for like little tours and shows.
Well, of course, you have friends here. I mean,
Yeah.
And it's not like it's far away. Traveling,
Yeah.
before I started traveling, it was such a big thing. It's like, oh, like England's so far, or California's so far.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it's cheap, first of all. Like, even airplanes are cheap. It's like, just $200 or something.
Yep.
It's not that bad. If you don't sit there and just buy a whole bunch of random shit, which I don't, like, I just have all my money saving, sitting, and I was like, okay, I should invest in myself. All right, I'll just, like the website today just dropped $300 on the website, but for the whole year.
Yeah.
And I've got to deal with it. So the same thing. It's like if I want to fly somewhere or drive.
Yep.
Like, hey.
And flights to Hawaii now are super cheap. Like you can find them round trip, like direct Seattle to Maui is like $360. It's crazy.
I'm gonna have to go and see you when you go back.
Yeah. Hey, come over. Yeah.
Oh man.
And
I swear, like Hawaii for the last 2 years, it's been calling me too. I've never been there, but I have a lot of friends, and then like that I meet here, and they're like, "Oh, I'm from Hawaii, and Hawaii's cool," and da 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 da. And then just Hawaii kind of just like pops up in my vicinity of just like consciousness, like something about Hawaii. It's like why is this happening? Just a repeating theme.
Yeah.
So maybe I just gotta go there and swim or something.
Just pop in for a little bit. Yeah. Warm up. Get out of this. Yeah. For me, like that's my, that's all I know, and being out here, it's just been like so much of a change. It's been a good change, and all the things that have happened. Like Seattle's been my place to share all of that stuff that I found, and it's just calling me back to say stop and write, and then maybe get ready for the next round of sharing. So
you haven't written here while you've been here? You haven't written anything?
Not much, no. Yeah. That's what I've learned in the time up here. He's like, that is my source.
Yeah.
So, yeah. You gotta take care of that.
Oh yeah. Go back, like get the sunlight in. Just shine. Come back here and shine for us. You're our own personal sun.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave everybody in the dark and rain. Yeah.
I got him. I don't plan on going anywhere yet. I'll shine a little bit.
Sounds good. Yes. I'll pass the torch to you. Yeah.
Sweet. I'm holding it.
Yeah.
Oh. But I get you. I get you 100%.
So that's why I'm thinking like about how to get stuff around. I have those tubes over there. I'm gonna definitely like along that. Yeah, they're behind the trash can.
Yeah, I believe you. They're tubes.
But tubes. I can just take that off, roll it up, and I have these posters, little things like that. I'm just gonna take them with me. Yeah. So
that's very good. That's very good. Well, shoot. Yeah. No, I'm glad that I got to catch you all here, because especially just at the tail end. Like I met you not too long ago too.
Yeah.
Maybe less than a year or something.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just I'm talking about we're putting together the last bash. It's looking like April 30th. It's gonna be the last show at the Sunset. We're taking it back there.
Good.
Whew. And then probably a couple weeks after that, like mid-May, gone. Yeah.
Oh,
So.
that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so when you're back in Hawaii, then 'cause it's obviously that's where you write your songs. What's your process? In this, like, really just going to your spot and just
There, like, for me, it's just space, you know, or giving yourself enough time. Like, it's not like I sit down and be like, okay, today's the day. Like, I'm in my spot. I'm gonna write this song. For me, it's just like having time to be in there and be back in that mode. You know, that's where the songs come. Yeah.
they just start flowing out.
Yeah. Where I'm just cruising around in the same places for like a month. There's some days where I don't even take a guitar or like a notepad with me, but I'll just be out in those hills, and then all of a sudden, it's just you just kind of let them come to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And there's been many times where I just sit there, it's like, I need to write something, and then I sit there and you'll force something out, and then I'm struggling to like it, you know, because it feels choppy or it feels this, and then other times you're just sitting there and just like, whoop.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at that. That's there.
Yeah. Those are the best ones. Yeah. And it takes a lot of like focus and just time. You know, it's like this meditation thing that you need to get into. So that's how I do it. So that's what I've learned. Just giving myself that space and time to do that.
Does time seem to move slower when you're in Hawaii?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
The pace of life is just breathe. You can breathe easier.
Yeah. As soon as I land and I see those hills again, it's like, yes, you know, this is my spot. Yeah, that's all I know. So
that's beautiful. I'm getting jealous. I feel like I'm getting to that point right now because I like to just spread myself so thin sometimes, and then just like look around, and after I've spread myself thin, I was like, what am I doing? And then just kind of gather myself around and just breathe for a little bit, and then forget, and then again spread myself thin, and I was like, what am I doing? And then come back, you know.
Yeah.
So, man,
you can get lost in it. You know, it's too much of can be a rat race sometimes. Like, I've always been good about stepping back. You know, if things feel a little too crazy, you gotta just be able to look at what's happening and be like, hey, maybe step back. And like that's when I start doing things like this. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. Art and drawings.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Art's always that quiet time for me. And I feel like, just solo time, bust out the paints, put on some funky music. I'll just like bust out a few albums.
Yeah, you have a lot of CDs.
Yeah. That's some choice stuff right there.
Shoot.
I love, like, just pick a couple out of there, put them on.
That's a suitcase of its own right there.
I know. That's going to be the glitch, is getting all that back. Yeah. I'm looking to have few of my friends from Hawaii are going to come out probably for this last bash and like try to send stuff back with them. You know, everybody takes something back with them. Yeah. We can save some money that way.
Are your family still in Hawaii?
Yeah.
You're here by yourself and just kind of cruising on. You are just leading Seattle with a torch. Spreading the sunshine, giving us color. Because it's gloomy here. It truly is.
It needs it. It needs that little uplift. You know, everything can be so dreary around here. It's like, God damn, you know, it's not that bad.
I mean, life's not that bad. Yeah, life is a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Also, I just like, from the second I met you, I was like, you know, you feel that, you have that light inside of you.
Yeah.
And you're sharing it.
It's simple, you know, just fucking keep it simple. That's all it is. Yeah. So.
I agree.
That's how I've always lived.
Yeah, we don't need much. Like, I mean, physically speaking, we don't need much. This being an example too, you can be happy with whatever you have.
I got my one. Well, I can say I only have one plant to keep it simple, but I only have one plant there because all the others died.
If you weren't leaving, I'd get you a cactus. It's hard to kill a cactus.
Well, no, cactus will die in this place because there's no light. There's like the light is so limited.
Oh, really?
In this room, I've had a couple that died. My friend. Like those two pots right there are like, that's like the gravestones, you know? Yeah, rest in peace to the cactus and the... Yeah, I don't know how, like, somehow that little palm weird thing has survived in that window for a couple of years now.
Low maintenance. That's nice. It's nice to have.
My mom asked, like, why don't you get a cat or like a little, you know, little pet? And I was like, can't even take care of these plants, you know?
Well, and it's hard. Like, being a musician, you got to like be out and about all the time.
Yeah.
Even if you're not, like, you got to, like, having a cat or a dog. It's a commitment. It's a big commitment.
Yeah. And I don't have the responsibility for it.
Yeah.
And this place is more of a spot to crash too. I'm always, like you said, I'm always out at shows or at work, you know.
Yeah, I mean, connecting with people, that's all we got to do. I mean, that's where I get my life from. Like, I'm kind of introverted and extroverted. You know, I'm both. I'm an ambivert, so I mean, I'm both. Like, I can extract happiness from you sitting here and just drawing for days, even like not moving, just listening to music, not talking to anybody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, go out and have fun with people, dance atop of tables, and you know, sing, and then just be a freak. Why not?
That's exactly how I am. It's like you just know. You give yourself enough. Like if one thing feels like it's getting old, you go to the other thing. Yeah. And if that means being quiet for a little while, do that, and then pop back out. And just like that's how I've always been. Yeah. So.
That's so good. And it's important, to just give yourself that freedom, because like I remember I'd be really hard on myself just you know, like, oh, you have to do this or you have to be that, or you know, just putting yourself in limiting yourself, putting yourself in the box.
Yeah.
Just release the box. Breathe. But it's easy because I forget sometimes, and that's the sucky thing. It's like I'll sit here and I was like, I know everything, I'm cool. Andre, shut up. And then I'll just like find myself and I was like, I forgot again. Why did I forget again?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm getting back into drawing too, because recently I got to that point and I was like, okay, chill.
You just
chill.
You usually do just more paintings or.
Well, like you said, you know, just kind of keep it versatile. Like I started painting. Like that stuff, right? Well, that's already like post. Yeah. That's after photography and modulation and then resin. So that's like stage 4. So stage 1 was just Jackson Pollock it, right? Just have a big canvas, take, you know, paints that resonate with me and just kind of dance around the canvas, right? And just kind of capture that, the stream of consciousness that's going on. Like I want to be as far away from the art as possible, so then me and my mind's not interfering with the product, right? So then I developed a process to get to that point where it's already, you know, that's a macro shot of a painting, so that's like, it's probably like this big on my painting.
Oh, okay,
right?
yeah.
And then...
Oh, so that's a photo.
That's a photo.
And so you just did that resin over it.
Resin over it, just to give it more of a dimension.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, that's now looking at it, because there's no texture on it. There's no paint on it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't even think of it that way.
Confusion.
Yeah, it's like
Good.
I'm not supposed to be thinking. I'm off now. Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Yeah.
Thank you. It was a revolutionary idea for me, because you know, after I made the painting, I was like, there's more. I know there's more. And then I stumbled into this. And then there's even more past this. After this, I started mirroring it, and then starting to expose like like totems and animals and things that were more, I guess, grounded to the human psyche. So then you can like lay your mind over it like a lattice, or it acts as a scaffolding, you know, for your mind. So that's why I'm just sitting there, like, okay, cool. And then now, like, I'm using those patterns, you know, for the leggings, all that stuff. So
yeah.
So initially, it was just painting and just kind of get all the emotions, whatever it was, just out. And that was so therapeutic. It was great. And I do it every day. Yeah. None of that craziness would creep up on me because I'm cleaning it on a daily. But now, like, that's why I prefer to draw, because paintings, they take like half hour, 45 minutes, an hour to do. Yeah. It wasn't long. I mean, sometimes I'd still paint for like 12 hours just making stuff. But drawings, I sit there and I try to apply the same principles I learned from painting to just kind of capture the consciousness and just stream it into the drawings. But I love abstract. Yeah. Right. So I just sit there and just draw something, again, a sort of lattice, and then try to see what I can pick out of it, and just kind of fill that in. So sometimes it'll just be something random, and other times I'm like drawing just like squares and circles, and it turns into a human face, or like I have one that just like it turns into an ass, and I was like, well, I was having some sexual thoughts there. Look at that, it's right there. It's right there. I didn't mean to draw it, but it's there.
Yeah. I love faces. Like I can get lost in just like doing like that thing on the fridge there. That's like a cut. This other side right here. Okay. Like stuff like this, just like quick little. Oh, nice. That's layered onto each other. Yeah.
Amazing. Do you start with just one shape, or do you just do all these shapes and then start filling in the faces?
I usually start with like a nose. I'll do the nose first and the lips, and then do the eyes, and just keep building. Yeah. That'll be a 15-minute thing. Just whip it out real quick. Yeah.
That is really good. I really like this.
Yeah, I love those. That's what I've been doing.
Did you do this too?
That's my brother. He's like, you zoom in on that. Like, look at all the crazy shit going. Like, he did the worm on my guitar.
I was gonna ask you about the worm.
Yeah,
I was like, what is it? I go to school because it's on a water bottle, and I was like, I'll just put it, because the way I drink it, I put it down. It's facing the class. They're like, Mr. Psyche, what is that? I was like, there's like, is it a worm? Is it a pinky? Like, these are great questions. It's a face, and it's almost, like it's on the guitar of my musician friend, and he's really cool. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
So okay.
I had him do it right as I was leaving home. Just something to like, remember. Mm-hmm. Draw something on this guitar because I was beating that guitar up. That 12 string, like there's still like sand in it, and it's almost a hole through the wood just from playing so long. Let me see. I'll bust it out here. Yeah. This thing it's been through some hell and back with me. And it's chipped off a lot too. I've like scraped a lot of the painting away.
Yeah.
He had these other small arms that were coming out here, and there's one beer left.
Oh, nice! Yeah, I see that beer.
He was holding 3 beers. But yeah, this is almost through the wood.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's very thin. Yeah, you've been playing it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do.
So
nice, man. Yeah, even your frets.
And this.
That's a lot. A little piece of home with you.
No, it's all the broken string heads.
Oh, really?
I keep them in there when they break because I'm breaking strings. I broke just one. That's actually rare to just break one string. But when they break, I just let them fall in, and it's like my own little rattler.
Yeah, when you play, it's like, all right.
Everybody laughs at that when they pick up this guitar. Like, what the fuck is that? And it's all my strings.
That's hilarious.
There's easily it's like a clump like that, like 200 strings in there. My buddy Ian Cascady and his dog's fur some of his dog's fur is in here. Because he tried to clean it out. One day I was jamming with him, and like some of the strings fell out of the hole, and he was almost going to clean it out for me. I was like, no. Ended up like digging all these strings off of his carpet.
Yeah,
there's all this dog fur in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was your guitar that inspired me to turn mine into a piece of art.
Oh yeah.
Because
what did you?
Well, I just drew a whole bunch of things on it, and then just like a whole bunch of colors, kind of like that, but it didn't have necessarily like an image to focus on.
Okay.
So I just again, just like shapes, like organic little shapes like you have there, and then just random colors here and there just to kind of lighten it up.
Yeah.
And it's an abstract guitar, and I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that because it's got character now. It just sounds like I wanted to sound.
Like people know that image, like that's why I was thinking about doing stickers, and I said like I was thinking about doing like my name maybe in like this funky lettering in one of my faces. I said, fuck, I'm just gonna take a picture of the worm and turn it into a sticker. Yeah,
and like I'll remember it forever. It's like, oh, well, this is Drew AMrtin.
Yeah.
Like what's that weird thing? Drew AMrtin.
Yeah. I love it. And just to know we were just a little tipsy at my brother's place, and he did that, and now it's like a little image for people to take around with him. Yeah, it freaked me out. About a couple weeks ago, I was up on Dravis right here, driving to work, and there's this camper truck that's like 2 cars ahead of me. And I look, there's a worm sticker on the back of this camper. I'm like, what the who is this? It's somebody I know. It's got to be. And I'm zooming, like trying to zoom in, and I can't really see who it is. I finally got close enough, and it was Aaron's dad. And I was honking him, and he couldn't see me because I was like just far enough. So he's thinking somebody's just blasting him,
crazy,
road raging him. Yeah. I took a picture and sent it to Aaron. It's like, look who I saw. Yeah.
Oh.
That freaked me out. That was the first time I've seen it like in traffic. Like what the
It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. You're going to get better. People are going to know you more. And then you're just going to drive and it's like, what? My stickers everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh. Like this is where I feel like you really have to have a strong mind, because this is where like the life that we're choosing to do is going to get trippy. Like life is going to get trippy. So it's like if you don't control your mind as you keep progressing, I think it's going to be really easy to just lose your shit.
Yeah. That's why you just don't think.
Don't.
That's where I'm at. It's like just laugh. That's how I've always been. Like
laugh,
people
smile.
they get too caught up in things. You just fucking laugh. It's like because it is a joke, So
life is a joke.
Yeah.
Were you born this way?
Yeah, I've always been this way. Just laugh. It's the easiest thing to do. Yeah.
Man, lucky guy. I mean, obviously, we still go through problems and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's good to have that mentality. Like 'cause for me, it's only a few years old. Like I remember myself just being so serious. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I've never
he's dead.
been. Yeah.
You know.
Everybody, you look at pictures of me from when I was like, 6 years old. I was always like, it would be like a serious family portrait. I'd be in the back just like, with the bowl cut going. Yeah, always. And I feel like coming out here is an extension of how I've always been too. I've always been just kind of like this little solo mission kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
Puzzles, always doing puzzles. Like I have one now I'm trying to mess with. Is that 1,000-piece?
The hometown collection 1,000-piece.
Yes.
Nice.
One of my buddies just gave me that puzzle recently. She goes, "Hey, check it out." So.
Oh, maybe I think I know what I'm gonna give you for your parting present.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
Cool.
I love it.
Cool. You're gonna hate it. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. You're gonna hate it. You're like, damn it, Andre, why did you do this to me? Why?
But yeah, just always doing little solo things like that. I was always just like in my own zone. Always just doing art or puzzles or growing up just from as far back as I can remember. And coming out here is like just an extension of that. Like Seattle is. I'm just doing puzzles out here.
Well, that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
So.
Well, that's the best way to just to kind of be free, to exercise your personal freedom, because then you're not allowing other people's thoughts or emotions or influences to direct you where you're going. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, again, like I've been there where you just like take other people's directions. Like, oh, they know better for me. They know better for me. Yeah. And then you end up at a place where you just like you have no idea how you got there, and you have no idea who you are. Mm-hmm. And then you just scream, trying to pull your hair out.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is
just don't get lost. Like and like for us too, we were always like I mentioned this that Ballard Vox just like did an interview. Did I send that to you?
No.
And they asked me about like, what is it like social media and all that and like recognition and.
You're smart too if you're not doing that.
Yeah, we were always. It was just always a thing. Like me and my brother, the way my brother does art is the same way. You just do it because it's your own survival. You do it for your own. It keeps you human. You don't worry about being anything. Yeah. So that's where people get lost too.
Oh yeah. You prove it to somebody else. It's like or where I go is like I don't want to sell it. Like if somebody wants to give me money for it, great. Pay me, take it. But again, it's like I don't want to deal with the selling aspect because, like you said, I do it for me. I do it for just like my soul to be happy.
Yeah. My whole family's that same way. It's like my brother he's a crazy artist and he shapes surfboards. Huh. And he's just got like this select few guys who want to buy his boards and people wanted him to take it to this crazy level. He goes, no, I do it because I like to do it. My mom does jewelry work and she just kind of makes this like crazy earrings and little necklaces and gives it to people she likes. Like it could be this huge thing, but we always just do it for our own survival. Yeah, because that's what we're made to do. Yeah, so,
exactly.
Keep it simple. Yeah,
I mean, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah, you do it for your own happiness and your own survival. Yeah, it's not about being anything. Yeah, so
because if you get greedy, then it's like that's the biggest thing that I fear. Like same thing with music too. Like I don't want to take it to a point where I'm using music to like make me money, so then it becomes a job. So then it's no longer a passion. You don't want to lose something so beautiful. Like music for me, when I stumbled into it, it's literal magic. And like I was talking to Mark a couple episodes ago, it's like we as artists have such a great responsibility of the kind of music that we do produce. I mean, for ourselves we have to express ourselves, but at the same time, whatever gets played on in the airwaves gets stuck in people's brains, and it acts like social conditioning. And then they become like right now. There's the music on the radio right now. Just whatever message they're sending, it's like shake your ass, get money, all these things. People keep listening to it. They keep listening to it. They keep listening to it. Now it's a normal thing. Now they're acting based on what they hear, and now violence is normal. Now beating people is normal. Now just like greed, it's all this. It's normal now. Yeah, and it's like. No, it's not normal. It shouldn't be normal. So it's like I realized that magic, and I'm like, oh, this is sacred, and I get to be a part of it. That's the biggest thing. It's like I get to be like just this is an axe. Like I understood why it's called an axe because it's a weapon for warriors. A warrior of light.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm. And that's, for me, that's the little magic, is where you're writing, like, you know, I'm writing from this really personal space, you know, all of those songs it's all personal stories, and that's the magic, is where you can share it with people, and it translates, you know, that little translation where like somebody else can pick up on a line and turn it into whatever's going on in their shit. Yeah.
In their shit, indeed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like right now, I'm trying to do the same thing with music as I am like with the painting, or the drawing. It's just like just take myself completely out of it. Like not necessarily my personality or anything, but just my mind and just anything that would deter me from it. Mm-hmm. And the best way that I've seen myself to do it is to just like freestyle, right? Mm-hmm. So just pick a few chords, just play some things, and then just see what starts coming. Yeah. And then I've noticed, like, the rhyming structure that I end up just like naturally coming is it just flows so nicely. It's not necessarily like structured like, you know, A B C C D D, right? And it just comes and goes as it pleases. Yeah. And it creates like tension, and it creates just this beautiful dance. And I'm like, dude, I can't write that. I could never write that, but yet I'm sitting here and it's just like it's coming out of me. Yeah. So I'm practicing that. It's like with the podcast too. At the end of the podcast, when I go home and do like the intro and the outro, I just sit down and just like freeball a song, and just put that, tap it onto the end of it, and then just see whatever it is. It's it, you know. Yeah. So I wanna practice that until I can just sit down and just do that forever. Because writing's cool, but yeah, if I could just
let it
sing
out
forever.
Yeah.
Never stop. Never stop.
Yeah, I don't know how sometimes it'll be a riff that I'm sitting on for a while, or sometimes everything just kind of clicks right in. You get the riff and the words, and it all just happens. Yeah, those are the ones. It's like, holy shit, I'm just like something that this feeling is moving through. You know, that song Maluhia for me was the one. That thing, I didn't write that.
I feel that.
I didn't. That was a ghost came through on that one. Yeah.
This needs to exist.
Yeah, because that spot, it's up. This is actually the image. The back image on this album is the day I wrote that song. Oh. And that's the view from that spot. That's the view from Maluhia. It's like that's one of the most important days for me. So I knew I wanted to have that image on this album in some way. But there's all like these burial grounds. There's an old they call it a heiau. It's like this. It's like a sacred place, you know. It's like a church, and it's just like these old rock walls that are still standing up there. And I used to write at the base of that because you don't want to go in there. It's, like,
it's spooky.
It's a little. If you were to go in there, you might not come out. You know? So I stay out. I had my little spot on these hills, and I would just sit. I was up there with two buddies that day, and this song I dropped my guitar down. I put in this tuning I've never played before, and it just happened. And I was playing to what we were seeing. It was crazy. I can't describe it. Yeah, I didn't write that. We left that spot that day, and I listened to the recording because I recorded it on my phone. It's like, what the fuck? What is that? You know? And just to have this, the first song that I've ever written where it's like based around like one specific memory. I've never written anything like that. Usually it's more vague, you know, you have this broad image, but that was like, when I play that song, I'm right there back on that hill on that specific day, and I can feel the wind and see the clouds pass in. It's like, holy, yeah.
Wow. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I think about that with a lot of my songs too. When I'm playing, like certain lines will take me back to certain places. Like I feel like I'm there. So on certain lines, yeah.
So, okay, how do you see life? Like, I want to like ask you like this deep question. How do you see life? Like, what is this happening? Do you get what's happening? I don't get what's happening.
Just don't. Yeah.
Just don't even think about it. Maybe I should take up your advice. Stop thinking about it.
Yeah. That's the last thing you want a Hawaiian to do is think.
Okay. Maybe that's my problem, because I sit here and I always try to psychoanalyze myself and just trying to like understand life for what it is, because like, you know, you can see things. I've used to see things, you know, just like on a just normal level. You know, this is a room, that's a lamp, that's a drawing.
Yeah.
And then you can start like zooming out a little bit, and you're like, oh, okay, I can see a little bit more now. This is a little weird. And then you keep like going up, and now you just see this. The world is like acting as a whole, and then your little tiny influence is making huge waves across the world, and you're like, what? Okay, I should really hide somewhere, so, you know?
Just don't
think about it.
Just don't. Yeah.
Just do you.
That's how I think about life. Just don't.
Just don't. And next time you catch yourself thinking, don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
I want to make a thing. I was just talking with one of my buddies about doing like the Nike "Just Do It," but have it upside down. It just says "Just Don't."
That's hilarious.
That's gonna happen.
That needs to happen. Just don't.
Yeah.
You have one order at least. I'll buy it. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll wear it.
Hey, do you have one of my shirts? Did you get one of these?
No.
What size you wear?
What? You can get here. I have whatever size. Small or medium.
Okay. What's that one?
Extra large.
Okay.
Definitely not.
This is the most
You
unorganized box.
You drew that face too, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Is that one?
Small, yes.
Okay.
My muscles will poke through.
Is that good?
Yes, it's good. I mean, dude, I've been working out every single day. I want to show myself off.
I keep it loose. I don't want anybody seeing anything. Yeah. Like, look at these. This is my Papa San pants, and my buddy sent me these jeans as a joke. Because he showed up. He was one of the boys who was here for that release show. I love how I'm talking about this. But we were giving him so much shit for these jeans he was wearing. Like, look at them. They're like custom hemmed. And they're like to his like exact measurements. And we were giving him shit the whole trip for these pants. And it was my birthday, like a month later in August. I get a random box on my front door, and it's like a pair of like his jeans. But they're brand new. Like he just did them like how he always would. But he sent them to me, so now I've been wearing them. They're like the jeans that I wear when I'm just like hanging out in my house. Just yeah. I died when I opened it up. It's like, God damn it. Yeah, now he's getting me.
That's a good friend.
Now I'm wearing this.
He gets the final laugh.
Yeah.
He gets the final laugh.
Old Harriet. That's what it's one of my guy friends, Harriet. We all had names. We give each other names. It's like, what would be your old, like, Japanese lady name? You know, because there were like a bunch of old ladies who would go shopping around like Long's Drugs back home. It's like, my name was Betsy, and he was Harriet, and it just stuck. Like, from then, like, it's been like 8 years. Like, he's in my phone as Harriet.
That's hilarious. Betsy, that's amazing.
Yeah. I love how that came out. Yeah. Keep that. Yeah.
You have a good, like, that sounds like a very nice friendship.
It's just a few. Yeah, I got the few boys back home. It's just those are the boys. Yeah.
Wow. So is Hawaii? Which do you like classify Hawaii for me? Like, just is it as nice as I think? I mean, I think it's beautiful, just the way you explain it and the way that you are. Is that what Hawaii just like is? Or obviously it's like every place has its own.
Yeah, no, it can be real divisive. You know, there's a lot of division happening there. Yeah, and it's kind of. I think it's just up to you.
Oh, of course.
When you're there, you know.
Because I mean, I think we're all looking for like an oasis, and again, an escape. And you know, for us, we found it a spiritual escape. You know, just music, art, all that stuff. Yeah. It's like a physical escape would be cool too, where you just like among your family, you know, your tribe, and just like, oh, you don't have to worry about shit, because like they're like me, we're cool, and they're cool, and we're all cool. Yeah. And obviously, you take that you take that with you everywhere you go. Anyway, it's like you do. I know I do. And it's like, hey, you're my family. And then sometimes they fuck you over and they steal your car or they steal whatever, you know. But then it's like you can't get mad at them because you understand. It's like, well, you can see their thought process. Maybe they're hungry. Maybe they need to do this, and you're like, that's what they had to do to survive. And you can understand this inner workings, and you're just like, but family, brother, why did you do it? Why did you do it?
Yeah. No, there's a lot of clashing going on over there for sure. Yeah. I don't know. I found my own little pocket where I could be, I could do what I needed to do, you know?
That's all you can do.
Yeah. That's it.
I mean, it's simple.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sitting here with you makes me think life is much more simple than it is. I mean, it is, but it is though. It is though.
It is, yeah. Yeah.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we're just these little dots, you know.
We are.
That's what I learned being out in nature, is like how insignificant we are, you know. When you're out, like if you go down to Mount Rainier or anywhere, it's like when you're in the presence of something like that, it puts you back in your place. It's like whatever's going on, who you are, anything that's happening is like just this dot, you know. So you're just a witness to it. Yeah. That's how I've always looked at it.
I think that's all we really are ever, is, like you said, a witness to whatever's happening, and we're just kind of observing as it's all coming through.
Yeah.
Just try to do your best you can and enjoy it. Enjoy it, that's for sure.
I said that to my buddy who I went down to Rainier with just recently. We were sitting there just like at the edge of this cliff looking at this whole view. It's like that image right there. That was our view on the fridge, yeah. But
that's nice.
I said, like, this is still in charge. You know, people get lost in whatever's going on in this city. They think that, you know, this is like the place. But if that ever decides to do anything,
it's gonna blow.
It's done. Like, that's still in charge. Just what we're doing here is just a dot compared to what's happening.
Your Friday plans are canceled. Cancel Saturday and Sunday too. Man, I did not pencil a volcanic eruption on my schedule this week. This is not happening.
Yeah.
I get you. It's true.
That puts you in your place when you're in the presence of something like that. So, yeah. You got to hold on to that. That's real.
Do.
Yeah.
You really do. I mean, I try to be as much in the moment as I can be, you know? Because, again, like, I prove myself that this is all that exists. Like, here's just sitting with you. It's lovely aroma and just lovely everything. Just this aura of being here. It's really nice. And then... I guess like I could be thinking about something later or something before, and then fuck all that.
Yeah.
That doesn't like. Does that have anything to do with here? No, it's not going to crawl through the interdimensional space. It's like, Andre, you come here. You know?
No. Yeah. We're here messing around now, and who knows what's going to happen next? You just get ready.
Maybe Rainier will blow. Who knows? In like 10 minutes, we're like, shit.
Let's do it. Yep. If it happens, I'm fucking. What would I do if that were to happen?
You know, just high five and like walk down the street. I don't know. It'd be snowing and it'd be.
Did you hear about that missile test thing that?
In Hawaii? Yeah, that was freaking
false
weird.
Alarm? Yeah.
Shoot.
I told all my folks back home, it's like if I were there and that was happening, I would have just like tried to get to my favorite spot. You know, just go to your favorite spot and be like, "Fuck you!" You know, just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Let it come down. Let it rain down. And as long as you knew you were in your spot. Done.
You got your guitar, like that's exactly it. You got your guitar, the one that you love. I mean, she's the best lady in the world. You sit there, just pluck a couple strings, and just like,
boom, done.
Yeah, because you know, like
I saw Stevie Wonder. I'm done.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, because
that is a thing that I think back to. Is like, I don't care what happens. I saw Stevie. Fuck it, let it happen. Yeah.
Life fulfilled. Check. I did my best. No. I agree. I mean, imagine there's probably some people, because I know there's probably some people, and because I know people like that here, that if they would have received that just down into the bunker, like lock up, you know, it's like we're eating beans out of a can for 20 years. You know?
Yeah. And though people were going into sewers and shit in Hawaii, like opening up sewer drains and going down there. Like, yeah. Isaac, my buddy who plays bass with me, he's got family out there. They called his family out here. Some of them called the family out here and were saying like the last goodbyes and like it got serious. So yeah, grandmas, they had to, for me, my side, the grandmas, they had to track them down, and like, keep them inside, and calm them down. Yeah, so
damn,
they got all worked up over there for a couple days.
Well,
there was a lag, right?
It was like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was like this 40. I was like, holy shit, what's happening? Yeah,
that's enough time to lose your shit. It's like the world's ending. I mean, 45 minutes. They're coming any second now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, sorry. It's like, what? Sorry? Fuck you, sorry. What?
Yeah. That was crazy. And it all came down to just like one guy pressing the wrong button.
Yeah.
put him on the news. He's like this older guy, just kind of like, he looks like he's ready to retire, and now he's gonna be like on every freaking news station.
I fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, we all make mistakes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We all make mistakes. So you can't be mad at him. But man, what a mistake, right? Yeah. I mean, that's an entertaining mistake to make. It got the blood flowing again. All the old people probably gonna live a lot longer because their hearts just
Give them some extra juice. Yeah.
I get you. I admire that about you too. It's like I'd probably be in the same boat, just kind of sitting around.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my friend sent me a message. It's like, what did it say? Missile threat. Ah, fucking dumb. You know? It's like, we're just gonna hang out if it happens. Whatever. I'm gonna be on my couch.
Yeah.
I feel like the majority of the people I know are just gonna be that way. Just like
chill.
Let it happen.
Let it happen.
We'll laugh.
There's no point fighting it. Like, I have a lot of friends who are just like, really, they want the zombie apocalypse, whatever to happen, so they can just, start, battling and, stock up their shit and just like having like a fortress built up. And I'm just like, yeah, I guess you could do that, but it's like, why? Like everything, I don't know. Mm-hmm. You could defend both aspects of it, but if something's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and just let it go. Mm-hmm. Like if I were to die today or tomorrow, like I've lived a life. I mean, I'm the same age as you, but I've lived a life where
28,
26.
Okay.
I forgot.
Yeah.
But like at least for the last few years, I haven't let anything stop me. It's like if I have a thought or an idea of what I want to do, I just go and do it.
Yeah.
There's no more living in fear. There's no more just like cowering in the shadows of whatever my insecurities. Mm-hmm. It's like that, and then I just go and do it.
Yeah, and it's just about not letting things get in the way of that too. You just stay on this little focus, like what I'm doing, going back home. It's like I just know that that's where I need to be. So you just follow that little thing. Then we call it the Menahunis. They start talking, and you just listen to them, and they're gonna take you to a good place. So
I'm gonna start listening to the Menahunis.
Yeah, that's what I've always called them. Menahunis are like the little Hawaiian, like leprechaun almost kind of characters,
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah. I hope I remember this. If anything, I'll text you and be like, "Hey, dude, leprechaun in Hawaiian."
That's what I've always called it. Just that little thing that calls you around and said, "It's my Menahunis taking care of me."
That's going into a song, or if anything, a poem. Like I'm using that Menahunis.
Oh, there's all kinds of old stories about those characters, and look them up. There's a bunch of old Hawaiian tales about them. Yeah,
that would be fun.
How they used to find little footprints in the back hills, or you see, like, you find these little helmets. I've heard stories of that, like how they found these little like warrior Menahuni helmets in these hills. Yeah. There's a thing that we always I mention it in one of my songs. That song Valley about the night marchers was this thing that it's like the spirit of these tribes that would come marching through, like that valley that I wrote songs in. We knew to not go there at night. I've never been there. Like I grew up going there, but you just knew, don't mess around with that valley at night because the night march is going to come through. And it's like the spirit of these old tribes, and like there's stories of people getting trampled, and like you hear these like drumming, and you see like little flickers of the torch lights coming down the hills. It's like, I'm not gonna fuck with that. Yeah. And that's real. Like that's some heebie-jeebie stuff. You don't mess with that. Yeah. Oh. There were times on those. There was one presence that I felt one time on that those back trails where I seriously felt like somebody was behind me. It was like these like fast footprints coming up, like somebody was right on my ass. Like, holy, who the hell? Somebody's running up on me. Look back, nothing.
I get you. Yeah.
That was the Menahunis hanging out back there. Somebody was back there.
Just checking. It's like, hey, know your place.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like you always just go back there, quiet, respectful. Yeah.
And that's what it is. Yeah, be respectful. You got to be respectful of nature. You got to be respectful of everybody else. Like just, in a sense, just don't make your presence known in a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
And if you know how to treat it and you know how to respect it, it's going to give you a lot. So that's what I've learned. Yeah. So you take care of it, and it's going to take care of you. Like all of these songs, I feel are like little presents. It's like, okay, this boy, we'll let him slide with this. We'll give him this little thing. Yeah.
Oh.
So.
I love it. Dude, I love it. Now, I don't know about you, but I had a blast. Did you hear that conversation? We were doing some good stuff. And I'm happy again that I could spend some time and sit down with him at his house, and it was beautiful. Beautiful little quarters. Beautiful quarters. That were very comfy and very inviting. So I'm happy when my guests invite me to their home and just do a podcast in a regular environment, because that's my whole thing out of this is to be able to connect with people more. And sure, I have a studio, but I prefer to just drive out and meet where the people are, because then I get to meet them where they are, mentally speaking, physically speaking, and then from there we can grow a connection and go off and become the bestest of friends. I mean, I love them anyway. But yeah, so now I know you've been waiting for this. Have you been waiting for this? It's the song. Let's do it. Boom. Chicka chicka. Ah. Next time you think you should do, just don't. Next time you get into your head that you should do, just don't. Just don't. Don't overthink the things that come into your thoughts. Don't overthink your life, it's the only one you've got. Don't overthink the love you share between your friends. Don't overthink, don't overthink, don't overthink. Just let it go and watch this waterfall. It's beautiful. Just watch it trickle down the wall. Just watch it go. Watch it fall down to the floor and watch the mist rise up. What it tells you anyway. Just look at the moon and know that it's the only one we've got. Just look at the stars and just feel the magic in the air. Just look at all the shooting stars and make a wish. Just make a wish tonight. Just make a wish tonight. I made a wish tonight. It came true right away. I made a wish so I could be among my friends. And look at me, I'm staying here till the end. I'm having fun, I'm looking around. I'm getting greeted with hugs, not frowns. I get to be among the very best because I'm worth it, and so are you, my friend. So give your hugs to the next person that you see. Give a smile, reach out and give my handshake. You will see that this is all we have, that this is all we came here to do. This is all we came here to do, so give your best to the very next. So give your best to the very